Hey, hey, hey. Ooh, okay. Nobody here. All right. I'll wait for y'all today. I'll wait for y'all today. I got time. I got time. I really do got time. Grand Madam. Hello. Hi. Hey, how you doing, Miss Lady? You are the proverbial first behavior? Nah, ain't no everybody. It's you. But there are some people lurking, and I'm sure there he is. See, I told you. Okay. I love my side job. Got my Black Panther cup. I like that one. I got that at the theater when I went and seen Black Panther. So, yes, this will be the libation situation. Water with a little bit of flavor. Actually, kind of got a little bit of sarsaparilla in there, so it kind of tastes like root beer. That's that's one of the many ways that I am attempting to cut sugar out of my life. Don't need it. Don't need it. Don't need it. Don't need it. Or maybe just a teeny tiny little bit. Yeah. I do not think I have drank soda almost like 10 years. Um, Having English breakfast tea and popcorn. What a quaint combination. Um, and it is the one and only Diesel in the building. Greg Madam says, hey, everybody. Kind of a universal greeting around these here parts. I'm gonna wait till we got about 10 or so, and then we gonna dive into it. Not necessarily in the order that is listed, but we will attempt to cover all topics tonight if y'all do not go incredibly crazy talking about you know what. Yes, Diesel, what it do? What do it do? What does it do? What do it do? What does it do? What it does? What's happening? What's happening? What's lovely with you? Mm, 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 mm. Four more of y'all. Four more of y'all. Four more of y'all. Tell all your friends about me. You promise to behave. By behave, does that mean not tell corny jokes or I don't know. What does that mean? Because as long as you know who ain't in here, everybody else has behavior I can deal with. Enjoying this warmer weather. I work outdoors, so I'm getting back to work. Warmer for me. Oh, Mardi Gras is going down. Dang. Okay. Man, I'm gonna have to get down there next year for Mardi Gras, man. I most definitely am gonna have to get down there for Mardi Gras. Yeah, I haven't. Yeah, I gotta mark that off the bucket list. Okie dokie. Wow. All right. You know what? You know what? We're gonna go ahead and kick it off anyway. Must come in late, then they just come in late. That's on them. It's 40s, 50s during the day there. It is currently 28 degrees in Anchorage and flurries. Our snow will not start melting or really get into like a full melt mode until like late March, early April. So the March in like a lion and out like a lamb kind of thing, that doesn't apply um in Alaska. March is in like a lion and out like a tiger. Well, yeah, it gonna take a minute for the here. I'll show you. Whoa. Yeah. So yeah, we gonna be doing that for at least another month and a half. So yeah, we yay! All right, bump it. Let's get into it. Let's get into it. We're gonna do it tonight, y'all. We're gonna do it tonight. 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 Not like that though. Let me check the overlays. Overlays. Bomb. All right. Let's do it. I better grab it so that I have it in case I got to reference it because I know y'all gonna ask me to. So, bam. Here we go. You watched. Did you watch the video? Some of y'all commented on it, but I don't think I am so much concerned about all the BS with Penguin Press and all of that because guess what? When numbers are tabulated as far as amounts, numbers are tabulated. If people pre-ordered and paid, done data. Why are we even talking about that? You lost them, but it's your obligation to replace them too, ain't it? Why are we having that conversation? The conversation should be about the quality of this book. Now, I was reading in my comments on the video, people were talking about they didn't, one person said, at least one person said they didn't like this book, that they hated this book. Another person said they hated Eve Ewing's run. Hated it. Okay. That's an opinion. An opinion which people are entitled to. Right? So what is it you want? One person said to me, I can't remember the comment. I might have to look it up, but it was basically kind of something like, I'm tired of stories about T'Challa being king and T'Challa not being king. You know what? I want to get that right. So I am going to quote that mug directly. Here we go. All right. A lot of people started. Wow. 25 comments or 25 replies to one comment. I think that is no, that's not. That Egypt joint was going crazy. Oh, y'all just in here talk about chat. Okay, I thought y'all was getting ready to say something. All right. Hi, Keita. Hi, Gray. Hi, Professor. What up, chat? Okay, so here what we talking about for the Johnny Come Latelys. That right there is the topic. And said comments on this. You know what? Let's just get this saucy already. Okie dokie. I'm going to be the first to say it. They need to fire Eve Ewing and get this writer. Again, I'm not bashing the individuals who make these comments. Y'all come and rock with me every week. So I'm not going to bash anybody making comments, but I am going to attempt to dissect them, to get a better understanding of what some people are thinking. Like, for instance, Ultimate Black Panther #1, more exciting than anything in Ewing's run. There's another comment. Her work is literally copy and paste of others who reestablished T'Challa's character. Yes, I'm a bit too hard on her work on T'Challa due to me believing she would do good work on how she did Ironheart and Monica, but all I got from her was a Batman in Africa. I'm tired of that same story. Yes, I should wait, but Okay. Okay. And a lot of that is just two people going back and forth. And this is back and forth amongst recasters. Opinions are like a-holes. Everybody has one. Now, I just got off the phone talking to a friend of mine, well, texting back and forth with him, about Trump and Biden. Well, it wasn't even about Trump and Biden. It was about an article. It's a group of us, and it was an article about why Trump supporters love Trump. Again, opinions. If a lot of people agree with an opinion, does that make it a fact? When does an opinion become a fact? I guess is the thought process of where I'm at. Because if one person says, I love Eve Ewing's run, and another person says, Eve Ewing's run sucks, and Eve Ewing's run gets canceled, who's wrong or right? The person who loved it or the person who thought it sucked? um, so if you don't like Eve Ewing's run on Black Panther, and you don't like Brian Hill's run on Ultimate Black Panther, your choices are to not read any new Black Panther stuff, or, which is basically the same thing, read old Black Panther stuff, or read no Black Panther at all. Those are the three choices. I mean, bottom line, those are the, you either read Ewing or Hill, you either read pre-Ewing and Hill, or you read nothing. Black Panther, nothing T'Challa. So I find that disingenuous if an individual says they are a fan of T'Challa, but the writing is just so bad it makes you want to vomit. The art is just so bad it makes you want to throw up. I mean, what is it exactly people are supposed to do with the opinion of this sucks, that sucks? Me, I'm gonna keep reading. I love hearing people's opinions. I'm just, and you notice throughout all of that, I only chimed in one time. See, as much as I want to say something, I gotta continue to be the watcher. I gotta continue to be UI2, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? I am watching, and I may feel a certain kind of way, but I am not going to interfere. So y'all having all of that back and forth is betwixt y'all. I'm glad that I could give you the debate ground to debate it. So you're welcome. What? Good Lord. Y'all got a lot of comments. Ooh. Gray said my LCS only had 4 pre-orders, so I'm ordering from here on out. Yes, you must always have a pull box. A pull box is your best friend, not your enemy. It will become your enemy when you ignore it. That's when a pull box is a problem, and you don't go for a couple of months, and you got a couple $100 worth of comic books in your pull box, and you're like, I don't know, you know what I mean? I used to have that problem. Django, what's good? UBP was great. Salute. Okay. Again, like I said, Django, an opinion, because if you go to my video about Ultimate Black Panther that I did yesterday, there is a comment by Apocalypse where he expressed his opinion, and a lot of other people came in and expressed their opinion. Well, not a lot of other people, but at least one other person that went back and forth with him on it brought up interesting points. They both brought up, very interesting points. But at the same time, there's a lot of that stuff that could very well be debunked, but I'm not going to get off into it. Different universe, different T'Challa, different stories, just like the 1610. Okay. Now, if the 6160, that's the new Ultimate Universe, decides to go all scorched earth like they did back in the early 2000s and murder everything and everybody off, regardless of what kind of run Ultimate Black Panther is having, and just say, we killing him. And they kill him the same exact way T'Challa died in the movie, supposedly. How you gonna feel about that run then? Or is it still gonna be a great run? Or is it, oh, I was with it until they killed him? Bear in mind, when we keep talking about how T'Challa sucks or how T'Challa, and I'm not telling you to accept what's being given to you. Just know that when we continually talk about and we continually have this narrative of, oh, that sucks, that writing's terrible, oh, that storyline's terrible, Marvel sees that, right? There's somebody at Marvel checking folks like me and what's being said on my page, what's being said on the pages of like-minded individuals like myself. How is that going to bode overall for T'Challa if somebody says the general consensus of the people who seem to know the most about T'Challa and their fan base is his run sucks? So let's go and cancel that because it's like number 175th on the list anyway. So, and they don't seem to be doing nothing to help get the sales up. So yeah, let's go ahead and cut that off. Ain't nobody gonna care. Then again, we are without a Black Panther book, a Black Panther monthly book. And then here with Brian Hill, and they decide to murder folks off in his book, like, Ultimate Universe is prone to do. And then you ain't got no T'Challa. Then what? Maybe, just maybe, talk to them folks. Tell them how you feel. You go right here. You go right here, and the very things that are being said in the chat, the very things that are being said in the chat, in the videos, say that to them so that they will know, for good or for ill, where the T'Challa fan base sits with T'Challa. Sounds like a semi-misogynist take to me, and I don't like that word. Well, I mean, yeah, it could indeed be construed that way. It sounds like the man don't have no love for Eve Ewing's run. But I mean, again, opinion. And we can't assume, Kamoyo. I mean, I know it sounds that way, but unless you're willing to go on my page, go in that chat and ask that man, is he misogynistic? We should never assume. Theo is in the building. All right. Grace say, like her style, she took her time to build T'Challa up from the previous writer. I understood it from what people told me not to read. Also, that's another option. Everybody could go and read John Ridley, and John Ridley could be hailed as the greatest Black Panther writer of all time. Do we want that? Hell no. So, not to tell everyone that a philosophy of accept what you've been given, because I by no means endorse the accept what I've been given thing, and that's why I do what I do and say what I say. But do we debate people's opinions? Do we debate opinions we are diametrically opposed to in an attempt to deride them or in an attempt to change them? Or are we just saying, F what you think? I'm going to tell you this. Oh, on facts and opinions. A fact has to be proven, an opinion does not. Okay, Kamoyo, I will say that there are some things that were once true, and they weren't true until people started to lean heavily into an opinion. And opinions become facts sometimes. Case in point, to some people, the statement Donald Trump is a great president is a fact. And you can go down a rabbit hole debating what is or isn't good. And we chalk it all up to goalpost racing and a toxic supporter base. Question: do people think pro recasters are a toxic fan base? I'm gonna let you marinate on that one. Once again, Eve Ewing's run was fine. They should have let her cook. Yeah, well, if the problem is BP comics in general have been hit or miss since Coates, in my opinion. T'Challa's MCU debut should have given a straight fire run since 2016. The problem with that is T'Challa's, and it's my biggest complaint, T'Challa's run in comics has never been consistent. And it's not because T'Challa isn't an interesting character. It's just in the 70s and 80s and early 90s, didn't nobody have a damn clue how to write that character. That's why Jungle Action ran from issue 6 to issue 24. I know Don McGregor knew what he was doing, but Don McGregor didn't want to keep writing it. What do you do when a great writer says, my time up, I want to move on and do other things? I don't want to be the Black Panther artist. See what I mean? And so what happens when you have that dynamic going on? On to Jack Kirby's Black Panther. 15 issues. Had a run in Marvel Comics Presents Panther's Quest. 4-issue miniseries, Panther's Prey. 4-issue miniseries by Dennis Cowan with the Supremacists and the Panther God. 4 issues. Think he had appearance, Marvel Fanfare, Captain America Defenders, here and there throughout the 80s, but we never got a solid run. Solid run like Avengers. Solid run like Captain America. Solid run like Spider-Man. We never got a solid run like that for T'Challa. And as I've always told y'all, and if you watch my videos, the reason behind that wasn't no engaging characters, villain-wise. His rogues gallery was either meh or there were interesting characters that never got developed. Wind Eagle could have been an interesting character. Do we know how Wind Eagle got tech similar to the Falcon? Soul Strangler. Did a story on him. Did a video on Soul Strangler. 3 lousy appearances. No development. Not to mention Somber, King Cadaver, Baron Macabre, Venom with 2 M's. Develop some of those characters. Jakara, where's Jakara? Where's Achibe? Develop these characters. We need a Black Panther revenge squad. Put them together. And they don't have to be led by Killmonger or Claw. Give me some interesting characters to read about. Give me an origin story. Tell me why this twisted individual is twisted the way they are. We was telling Wolverine's story clear up into the 2000s. We didn't get origin till when? If you are, you are too. Can I be T-Rex? You can be what you want to be. Where did all those boo-boo billies come from all of a sudden? I think they are planted there to stir up chaos. Indeed. Kamoyo, I think it's just people that no matter what you do, no matter what you say, their slant on things is negative. And it's just going to be that way. I know people that feel a certain way about certain characters, about certain storylines, and it's contrary to what everybody else says. And no matter what you try to explain to them, no matter what you try to tell them, they hold fast to what they believe. You just got to let them be what they are. You just got to let them feel what they feel, think what they think, do what they do. I don't think that's going to change anytime soon. So, as I said, do we go at those opinions in a debate fashion to deride them or change the debater's thought process? Don't see them killing everyone off at the end. Hickman ain't. Jeff Loeb, when Hickman eventually leaves, nothing is off the table. Well, the 6160 just got started. So I don't think they're gonna kill it off right after they started. They're launching like 4 new books. So no, I don't. The 6160 ain't in no danger of that right now. But given T'Challa's track record in comics, yeah. Say less. You know I am way more hunter than Wakabi. Indeed. Indeed. A fat face online. Yeah. I'm not. I'm not saying that is a fact. I'm saying when we say I hate everything, what's left? You got to fall back on what's left. And if we say everything after Ridley is trash without purposefully doing so, you're lending credence to the Ridley run. If you want to do that, fine. But just know what you don't do is just as important as what you do. Thought I was going to say doo-doo, didn't you? I'm not a big Colts fan, but I know others dig his run. It's all good. Exactly. See what I'm saying? So people are entitled to their opinions. But I'm telling you, I don't hear that kind of hate when folks are at least not in mass, when folks are talking about Spider-Man or Batman. or Spawn. Just T'Challa. And granted, it's probably because they may be ignorant of a lot of what the character is and isn't, but it might also be because of the intermittent runs that the book has had over the years. There's no escaping that. There hasn't been enough consistent Black Panther for it to become flagship, top 5. It hasn't been consistent enough. You get runs and then they're broken and you don't see them again for years. You get a run, it's good, consistent, then it ends and you don't see them again for a couple of years. And that is contributed largely to writers' inability to write them adequately. And that ain't got nothing to do with color. Because John Ridley sure in the hell did not write him adequately. Did not write him properly. It seemed like his whole, well, we know. Y'all saw it. You suffered through it. You seen what it looked like. Ask that great writer who should succeed them. From Priest up until Hickman's Secret Wars, several good, great T'Challa stories, solo and team books. Never said there were not good stories. What I'm saying is, how much time passed in between Hutland's run and Coates' run? And the further you go back, the gaps get wider and wider and wider. I will say they've narrowed the gap down to a couple of months with this last run from Ridley to Ewing. We didn't have to wait as long, thank goodness. And I hope they keep that pattern up. If Eve Ewing is coming off the book, but the book is still going to continue, shoot, I'm like, let Brian Hill write them both. I'm with it. You know what I mean? And it ain't like an artist or a writer hasn't written 2 books in 1 month. We've seen that a lot. You're right about T'Challa's villains. Yes, I've been saying that for years. You know what I mean? It's a man. That's why Dr. Doom is in everybody's books. Interesting villain. Layered villain. He ain't just a villain for villain's sake. I mean, and I'm not saying every villain T'Challa faces needs to be that layered and complex. You can have a few psychopaths and sociopaths and manipulators and whatever else, but make them interesting. The Kingpin is a more interesting Daredevil villain than he was a Spider-Man villain. I mean, you got the Peter Parker in prison with Kingpin smacking him around, and that was great. But overall, what was the better run? One More Day or Born Again? The real Born Again. Not this fake shit they getting ready to put on TV. Can we get Malice back? Which Malice, Keita? Groovy, good Lord. You usually first. My goodness, bro. BP could benefit from the House of X treatment. Ty and all comic lore, bring those old villains in. I'm telling y'all, man, give T'Challa some interesting, engaging villains, and you will see longer runs on that book. I promise you. Demand is higher now. We have become more vocal. Indeed. I still say Mandarin should be one of T'Challa's recurring foes. I would not be against it. T'Challa needs physical foes too. You know what I mean? Somebody that's going to give him a run in the hands department who's not named Killmonger. Killmonger's cool, but whenever he need to put hands on somebody, stop throwing Killmonger in there for that. I'd love to see him put hands on somebody else the way him and Killmonger put hands on each other when they get together. Daredevil bored again? Bored again? Hey, you meant that on purpose, didn't you? Okay. Or were you actually trying to write born again and write bored? B-O-R-N? Nah. Nah, that ain't possible. Okay, I like you guys. You make me chuckle. Okay. Are we ready to move on to the next topic, or are we gonna spend all night talking about this? No, we're not gonna spend all night talking about it. I'm going to summarize now, and we are going to move on. Bottom line, if we want T'Challa to get longer runs, to get more meaningful runs, to get interesting runs with whatever writer, isn't it logical to say we got to let them know what we want? They can't magically know. You know what I'm saying? And that's the bottom line, man. If y'all ain't writing in telling Marvel what you want, or you ain't writing in telling Marvel what you don't like, you ain't writing in telling Marvel what you want to see, then you're going to keep seeing this. Yeah. M'Baku could indeed be a much more interesting villain. But speaking of villains, damn it, get your. That's weird. That's very weird. There it is. Good Lord. Okay. How many of y'all got a chance to check that out last night or the night before? How many of y'all got to watch that? Anybody? Anybody? Show of hands. Show of faces. Show a yellow hand. Show a brown hand. Show something. Did you get a chance to check it out? Did you get a chance to check it out? Here's the question that I asked a friend of mine today about that Monique interview on Club Shay Shay. Do you think before all of this went down, Cat Williams and Monique had a huddle and came out swinging like they swinging? Or are they actually telling the truth? That's my thing. Because in that interview with Monique, a lot of the stuff that they said ran parallel to one another. You know what I'm saying? she said the same thing about like the Kings of Comedy, that they were a gang, and then DL Hughley to that. Her words. DL Hughley needs to be concluded in that group. And she related why she felt the way she felt. None of it seems like cap to me. A lot of people are just like, oh, that's fake news and attitudes and lies and celebrities don't actually not get along. They just get together and decide to act like they don't get along. Well, that's a lot of folks Cat Williams and Monique don't get along with. What y'all hollering? Because y'all look like y'all about to run it up. Oh. Yes, she did. She lit they asses up like the 4th of July. Bruh. But now, here's the thing. I already knew what she was going to say. She's been doing it for years. Is she lying though, D? Is she lying? Is she crying wolf? What? That's what I want to know. I want to know people's opinion about that. You know what I'm saying? Who, if she been saying it for years, why was everybody constantly trying to ignore her and blacklist her for years? Tyler Perry already admitted, and yes, Groovy, I want to hear that tape too. Tyler Perry admitted on that tape that he circulated the rumor Monique is difficult to work with. And Monique feels like she's lost millions of dollars because of that. Because she couldn't get no work in them years because people all said she's difficult to work with. I believed her ever since she punked Leonard on the breakfast nubs. Oh, yeah, that shit was classic. She was saying stuff for years. Kat just now brought it. She feels vindicated now since Kat talking about it. Okay. Is the stuff they're saying the truth? Because I saw DL clap back on his IG, but is he willing to go on Club Shay Shay? Are any of them willing to go on Club Shay Shay? I'm still waiting for Steven Said to come back. I would love to see Tyler Perry and Oprah Winfrey on Club Shay Shay explaining their side of the story. Huh. She was crying. She ain't get the same deal as Dave, but she ain't even funny like that. That ain't all she talked about, though, Juju. She didn't just talk about how much money she should be getting. I mean, I bet she'd be content with the money she got if folks didn't spread lies. That's an out and out lie. And if you got it on tape, go on the show and shut her down. That's my thing. Me personally, ain't nobody gonna sit around and tell a lie for that many years. Not about something like that. If they are, she petty as hell. But she don't strike me as somebody that's petty. If she strike me as somebody who's hurt and she in her feelings. And she got a right to be in her feelings if mugs are costing her money. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody listening to that because it ain't them losing millions of dollars. I mean, granted, by and large, a lot of female comedians don't make me laugh. Did I say that right? A lot of female comedians do not make me laugh. There. That's a fact. Yeah, I'm learning, learning, learning to be sensitive. But by and large, there are a million more uh, uh, non POC comedians who are even less funny. If I got a choice of listening to to Amy Schumer or Monique, or watching a Monique stand-up special or Amy Schumer special, and if nothing else, I'm a supporter because she's a black woman. And that's something else she said about, black women being the most maligned, the most disrespected, the most unsupported, because we quit. Look at what we was doing. Look, a lot of folks was doing. I ain't gonna say everybody, but we're doing, hey, Eve suck. Eve this. I don't like Eve. Eve's trash ass run. You know what I mean? But we gave John Ridley at least 7 issues before we started deriding him. I'm gonna leave that right there. Paul Martin. Wow. Oh, you you screaming about DL and you ain't even watched the special yet? Bruh. Tell you what, Juju. Go ahead and watch that. And you tell me, after you hear everything this woman's saying, that she being petty, or she's effing with DL, or she's effing with Steve Harvey, or she's effing with Oprah and Tyler. Bruh. Absolute power corrupts, absolutely. And all of the people she was talking about got mad money. Kevin Hart, everybody, bruh, these folks out here, just because they dark skinned don't mean they ain't shady. Just because they African American, just because they black, don't mean they ain't shady. Nate Moore. I ain't gonna say Ryan Coogler, but I'm gonna let the chips fall where they may. I think some more is funnier. She was right to call the industry out, wrong for pocket watching other comedians. Now that D Steezel, I can agree with. I can absolutely agree with that. You do not need to be counting my money. How come he got 50,000? How come I can't get 50,000? Because. And then, as far as some more being funnier, on the special, Queens of Comedy, I don't want to spoil it for you, but bottom line, here's a reason why Monique went last. In the world of comedy, the closer is usually the funniest person, or they're supposed to be. You set them up in order of funny if you're a promoter. That's what you're supposed to do. If you're a manager, you set them up in the order of funny. That's what you're supposed to do. Some more was the closer for most of the tour. Dave is Dave. Dave is indeed Dave. I didn't like what Dave said about Cat Williams. I still love Dave. Don't get it twisted. But I didn't like what Dave said about Cat Williams' Club Shay Shay. Oh, why come you didn't say nothing about white comedians? Because Cat Williams does not work with white comedians. Because Cat Williams does not hire white comedians. Because Cat Williams does not take white comedians on tour with him. He has no point of reference to say anything about white comedians because he don't do nothing with white comedians. She told the truth. She indeed did. DL been wishy-washy for a minute. Yes, he has. She's consistent and had receipts. Yes, she did. Bernie even talked about how Steve tried to cut his throat. Yes, he did. I've seen Queens of Comedy. Me too. Pocket watching, or as it is known, or is it knowing someone tried to cut your throat to get where they are? Dave Chappelle ain't cut Monique's throat. You know? And bottom line, all comedians ain't created equal. There's one comedian that might command 50,000, and there's another that might command 20 or 10 or 5. So if you're getting paid, hush. If you're getting money, hush. You know what I mean? She said she was struggling because at one point her family was only making 2-3 million a year. Now that part, I'm like, then tighten up your belt. You know what I'm saying? I done took a hit. I done took a hit financially and had to tread water for a little while. I understand that. I ain't complaining about it though. You just do it. You deal with it. Yes, it is. Very much so. Bottom line, I believe Kat and Monique a lot of what they say has the ring of truth. It makes sense. It tracks. You know what I mean? And then that's even made that much more credible with receipts. Yeah, well, Brock Purdy has a terrible agent then. He's got a terrible agent. Oh, and since you took it there, bruh, let's just get right into this thing right here. Why do y'all hate this man? Why do y'all? Because he got a dad bod? Is that why y'all hate this man? What is it? Is it because he team light skin? What is it that makes people say the stuff that they say about Patrick Mahomes? Is it that everybody hates a winner? I'm reminded of the line from The Dark Knight. You know what I'm saying? It says, be the hero or live long enough to become the villain. Patrick Mahomes is going to his 4th Super Bowl in 5 years. Now, I don't want to sit around cap. What I want to say is, why is there hate towards that man? Not hate like I hate him because he sucks, or not I hate him because he's mean to his wife, or I hate him because he got a dad bod. Hate him because of something he done. You know what I'm saying? I've never met Patrick Mahomes personally. When they got beat into the earth by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in the Super Bowl, that didn't make me hate him. But it did make a lot of other people go, "Ha, look, he's mortal." I ain't gonna make no excuses. O-line was decimated. You know what I'm saying? Had a lot of injuries towards the end of the season. And so we took them injuries into the playoffs. And that's what happened. You got a bunch of injured people. Of course, you're going to lose. Your key players ain't in the game. You're going to lose. So if the man bounced back that next year and does great things, bounces back the year after that, does even greater things, and is on the verge of having a dynasty. But we don't like the man. We don't like him. Do you know that Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs are the underdogs? How in the hell is the defending Super Bowl champions the damn underdogs? Patrick Mahomes get all the calls. Patrick Mahomes get all the calls. Got the most penalized offensive lineman in all of football. But we get all the calls. Ain't catch a football for like 6-7 weeks. But we get all the calls. I ain't hating, man. My thing is just why? I mean, I get it if my quarterback is not your quarterback cup of tea. I get that part. I don't expect everybody on earth to like Patrick Mahomes. But I also don't expect everybody to hate him for no good reason. I hate you because you keep winning the Super Bowl. I hate you because you're in the playoffs every year. Now, if you're tired of them and you just want to see something different, I 100% understand and respect that. But that's not a reason to hate somebody. If you hate somebody because they keep winning, the problem ain't with them. What are we talking about in the chat? Mahomes is my guy. I'm rooting for y'all. Say Brock Purdy making 7th round pick money. And we are sure he isn't the kid from Holes. You got jokes. Mahomes is a bad dude. Can't let him get hot. Okay. I am usually a hater, but I don't hate Mahomes. A little tired of the State Farm commercial. By the way, Jake was race swapped. I don't care. It's a State Farm commercial. I don't care about Jake being race. You turned Jake into a woman for all I care. I ain't, man. Team light skin. Yeah, they're endorsements. But what happens when you get another endorsement and you got to see him in a different set of commercials? He is the last pick of his draft. He's going to get his money when it's time to re-up. Yep. Bears fan here, munching on popcorn with a Hey D Steezel. You know who came out of the same class as Patrick Mahomes? Mitch Trubisky. I bet you wish y'all picked Patrick Mahomes. Oh. You know, hating is trendy. A lot of things are trendy. All I got to say about trends, All I gotta say about trends is you should be setting them, not following. Where would I be if I followed the trends and didn't go out and start my own improv troupe? You know what I mean? Sometimes you just gotta be like, whatever. Well, y'all go ahead and keep doing what y'all doing over there. I got my grind going over here. So that's pretty much how we do what we do. I hope Pittsburgh gets a new quarterback in the draft. They might get a new coach. Oh, West Indian man voice. You wrong. I'm not wrong for that. Y'all the ones pick Mr. Trubisky. All the glitters ain't gold, man. All the if we ain't learned nothing from the draft of Tom Brady and the draft of Patrick Mahomes, all the superstars ain't in the first round. So choose carefully. I guess all that I want to say in closing about that, hate a person for what they do. You know what I mean? And hate a person because they did it to you. That's hate. You know what I mean? When I say I hate blah 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 blah, that means I got some deep seated negative emotions towards that person, place, or thing. I don't hate people per se because I don't have time to dedicate that kind of energy to a fruitless enterprise. What's hating somebody going to get me? What's me wishing somebody dies, wishing somebody gets hurt, wishing, what does that do for me? Or you, for that matter? Is this a is this a is this a mild enough topic for you? I have two more topics to go tonight. Do we want to press on or do we want to take some shots? Question: who's more of a hunter? A guy who hunts with a rifle or a guy who hunts with a crossbow? Keep going. Gray said keep going. Okay. Gray said keep going. Didn't nobody else say nothing? So I'm going with what Gray said. Um, quick question. Who is your favorite voice actor? Video games, animated movies, shows, period. Who is your favorite voice actor? And whose voice is the most iconic in your opinion? And let me be more specific. Whose voice is more iconic in your opinion? Who isn't the guy who does the voice for this character? Why my stuff acting funny? This character, or maybe that character. It's all slow. That character. I know that might be some people's favorite voice actor, but other than those two roles, that's pretty much the gist of what he's done. He hasn't needed to do anything else, but the point of the matter is he hasn't. All right. There are characters, voiceovers that are iconic, but they aren't done by iconic actors. Case in point. The character that he voiced is more iconic than he himself. I mean, yeah, he's Mr. Did I do that? But that's it. Does he want to be a one-trick pony? Oops, he already is. Now, in the world of video games, for my money, it doesn't get better than that guy right there and the fellow who voiced the same character he did. That guy right there. But when we talking about the holy grail of voice actors, when we talking about the holy grail of voice actors, and I am prepared to debate the crap out of you if you disagree. As far as quantity and quality, fight me. Let's fight. I'm ready to fight. Fight me. That guy, ooh, by a gnat's testicle hair is Phil Lamar better to me. And then special shout out to my man here. Must be sleep on him too. He's a voice actor, but not an actor. And so that's why people don't be paying no attention to him. Look at all them voices he's done. Holy smokes. All right. I think I have thoroughly stirred you up. What we got? That's what I said too. And I was just asking because if you call yourself a hunter, there's got to be some kind of risk. There's no risk in going out in the woods and just shooting an animal with a gun. That was my wildlife moment. Paul Martin says Keith David. Keith David, Earl Hyman, and Phil Lamar. Earl Hyman was the voice of Panthro. He was also Heathcliff Huxtable's daddy on the Cosby Show. So close, so close, so close. They're like that for me. They're like that. Him and Phil Lamar are like that for me. So close, so close. Lamar, the guy who does Green Lantern from Justice League. Oh my gosh. Y'all saw that poster. He do a lot of stuff I don't even know about. Samurai Jack. Samurai. And that's why I go with Lamar. Because does Keith David do voices that aren't bass or baritone? Kevin Michael Richardson does. Kevin Michael Richardson, I feel like he's in there. He's definitely in there. But I'm saying for my money, it don't get no better than Phil Lamar because Phil Lamar is versatile. He's more versatile than Keith David. He's more versatile than Kevin Michael Richardson. I can hear voices that Phil Lamar does and not even know that it's Phil Lamar until I read the credits of whatever I'm watching. I can tell Keith David's voice right off. I can tell Kevin Michael Richardson's voice right off. And that's why I say better. Not because I don't like them. I love them as voice actors. Hell, Keith David voiced T'Challa in the Fantastic Four cartoon in the 90s. Did a great job. You know what I'm saying? So You know what I mean? Great minds think alike, Theo. Great minds think alike. And that's the only reason I ain't taking nothing away. I ain't taking nothing away. Morgan Freeman. Oh, you just talk about voices in general. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Arguably the most iconic voice in cinematic history. Definitely James Earl Jones, without a doubt. You know what I'm saying? Darth Vader and Mufasa will be remembered forever. Good old TC. Yes, man. When he did Kratos, man, I was just like, oh, that sounds like that sounds like Kyle Barker. You know what I'm saying? I literally thought that when I was hearing him talk on I think it was God of War 2. I'm like, that sounds yeah, that's Kyle Barker. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. Kevin Conroy, Phil Lamar, Michael Bell, and Peter Cullen. Well, since we shout now, why guys? Frank Welker. Look up Frank Welker and see how many voices he's done. Frank Welker been doing voice work longer than Peter Cullen. So yeah, Frank Welker was doing voices for Super Friends. That's how long Frank Welker been doing voice work. Peter Cullen came around like a couple years later after Frank Welker, but Frank Welker for years he was that dude. He was that dude. Oh, and Keita just mentioned another icon, Cree Summer. Again, I know Cree Summer when I hear her. Yes, no, maybe. I have never heard Cree Summer, Rugrats, Batman Beyond, what else is it? A grip of stuff. I mean, Static Shock? Yeah, I know her voice when I'm not saying she was Static Shock. I'm saying she did voice work on Static Shock. I know her voice when I hear it. It's almost as universally recognizable as Keith David and Kevin Michael Richardson's voices. When I was a youth, it was Casey Kasem, Shaggy, and Robin. Frank Welker was around too. Taking shots at Jaleel is crazy, shaking my head. I ain't taking shots at Jaleel. I'm just saying Jaleel had a claim to fame, and by the time Jaleel was doing the voice of Sonic, that's Urkel. That's Urkel. Did Jaleel do any more voice work after Sonic the Hedgehog? I don't know. Wasn't checking for him. Didn't check for him. Bumper Johnson has indeed been doing voice work for a while. Keith David sounds like Keith David. Yes, Keith David sounds like Keith David. But I'm saying, who would be considered better? A person who can do one voice really, 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 really well, or a person who can do 80 voices really, really, really well. Most iconic voice work. Okay. Most iconic. Okay. Best. Best. Yeah, iconic ain't necessarily best. It just means we remember it. It's very memorable. At least that's my thought process. I could be 100% wrong now. Yeah, feel that dude, man. Phil got more voices, man. Phil be dropping, you know what I'm saying? And you hear him, but you don't even know that's him. And then later on, it's like, Phil Lamar? Phil Lamar is indeed that dude. I'm hard pressed to find. I mean, I ain't saying the rest of the people that y'all naming in the chat ain't great, but I'm just like, bruh, all of them do the same voice for the most part. Phil Lamar got more than a couple voices. Fred Tatasciore, that's another person. You know what I'm saying? He must be, but he doesn't just do deep voiced characters. My favorite voice by Kevin Michael Richardson is is Schnitzel. On Chowder. Rada, 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 rada. Yeah, Schnitzel. That was my dude. James Avery as the Shredder. Few people have been the Shredder. Kevin Michael Richardson has been the Shredder. And Frank Welker has been the Shredder. Take your pick. Phil also voiced Kit Fisto and Bail Organa in Clone Wars. See? And Kit Fisto and Bail Organa sound nothing alike. He does, doesn't he? Maybe that's why. Maybe that's why. I don't know. Maybe that, yeah, just, I mean, and when I do a show, I try, you have to remember the acronym CHOW when you're doing it, and that stands for characterization. No, I'm sorry, not CHOW. Why did I say CHOW? CROW. Characterization, relationship, occupation, why. You put all that into your characterization when you're making a character. So, just like somebody invited me on the radio today, a country radio station of all places. And I was plugging the show, and he asked me to play an improv game with him where I improvised as a caller. And I called in with a problem, and he was supposed to help me with it. So, and we did that, and it was kind of fun. And he thought I was doing Beavis, but I was actually doing an impression of a person that I knew that is schizophrenic. And that's the part I chose to do. Draw on that person to create my character. So it was fun. It was fun. I had fun. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And it sounds like him too. Oh my goodness. Kimberly Ann Campbell. Give me some memorable characters by Kimberly Ann Campbell, Keita. Fred Tatasciore, Richard Cox, Paul Dobson, and Leonard Nimoy. Wow. Okay. I guess that works. Leonard Nimoy was the voice of Galvatron. I ain't bagging on him. I'm not. I'm really not bagging on him. I'm just saying, if we playing basketball and I can jump higher than you, that's not a knock on you. And that's all I'm saying. It's okay for Creed to sound like Creed. It's okay for Keith to sound like Keith. It's okay for Kevin to sound like Kevin. I'm just saying, when it comes to voices, versatility is advantageous. Scatman. Jazz the Optimus Prime. Jazz the Optimus Prime. Transform and roll out. That was decidedly a Negro. From Frank, Peter, Jim Cummings are my all-time favorites because of my childhood. Anything animated, they were in it. Pretty much. I mean, Frank Welker has been on, God, I don't even think he could list all his credits. Did it CCH Pounder do? CCH Pounder was the voice of Amanda Waller on the Justice League cartoon from the 2000s. And that's all I'm saying, Gray. That right there is all I'm saying. Phil got the most range out of everybody. And we gotta clap versatility up. You know what I'm saying? We gotta clap range up. That's always a good thing. Yep, I know. And Phil Lamar was the guy who got shot in the back seat by John Travolta on Pulp Fiction. See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? Gambit. He doing a Cajun accent. First we charge the card. Yeah. Then we throw the card. Yeah, he was. Yeah, my man. Mm-hmm. I bet you can do a hillbilly really well. Fred Tatasciore is definitely a great. Yes, Scatman Crothers was Hong Kong Phooey. Hong Kong Phooey, number one super guy. He sung the theme song too. He sung the theme song too. Hong Kong Phooey, terrific. Yep. That was Scatman. That was Scatman. That was the Scatman. Oh. Color me surprised. Yep, 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 yep. Gilbert Gottfried. He did do quite a few voices, didn't he? Again. And see, like that, they give people like Gilbert Gottfried voice work because people recognize Gilbert Gottfried's voice from when he used to do stand-up. So, oh, that's that one dude. Oh, that's that guy that goes, oh, oh, oh. That's that guy. So everybody recognizes him. Gilbert Gottfried, rest in power. Yeah, so we got any more interesting voices we want to oh, Scatman Crothers did voice work. Harlem Globetrotters. Holla at me, y'all. Who know about that Harlem Globetrotters cartoon? And later the Super Globetrotters that followed. And the Super Globetrotters, a few of the Super Globetrotters had the same powers as the Impossibles. Then they added Curly Neal with a basketball head and Geese Tatum with a big old afro that he could pull stuff out of. Yep, I remember this. The Super Duper Globetrotters. Kim Brooks. Again, what Kim do? And I'm gonna let Key say what she wants to say, and then we're gonna get on down to the last jibbity jank of the day. Ooh, I know what I want to show you, cats. Do 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 do. Hey, What? Jibby 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 go Trotters. Oh yeah. Mass Effect. Okay. 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 A lot of us played Mass Effect, didn't we? Oh my goodness. Okay, y'all. Okay, y'all. Remember last week? Um, I was telling y'all about black action figures and my plan to do my black action figure shoot. Well, now I am going to do an action figure shoot. I'm gonna do two separate ones. Because like I had told y'all, I would like to try to reproduce this image with action figures. I got an Aqualad on the way. And so everything else except for steel, I have. So I am going to try and, you know what I'm saying? It's going to be interesting. I might have to do some tricks with lighting, or I might have to do some different angles, but I think I could probably get that, you know what I'm saying, into a into a um into a nice little action figure collage. Uh don't have any background, so that might help me get more characters into the picture. But I also got one I want to do, you know, with a mixture of characters, and well, that's kind of a mixture of characters too. But I want to do a different mixture, you know what I mean? Because we always see these cats for the most part. We almost always see these cats in any kind of like black picture or black this or black that. And I want to kind of start trying to, you know, add some. Good Lord. I want to start trying to add some people that you don't normally see, you know what I mean? Making the regular rounds, like your icon and your steel and you know what I'm saying? Some of them are figureheads and you need them to, you know, put that image into perspective, but I want to try to put some different characters into my images. And now I know Sam is is Sam Cap now, but the best Falcon, in my opinion, the best Falcon figure that Marvel Legends came out with, in my opinion, this one right here. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of a modernized look for Falcon, as well as kind of leaning towards that Avengers Assemble looking kind of Falcon. Who, by the way, is voiced by Bumper Johnson. Robinson, excuse me. Um, New entry into the fold. I would like to use Miss Monet in something about, because I hear a lot of people talking about, hey, I like Monet, and Monet is fly, Monet is this, and Monet is that. So let's put her in a Black Heroes collage. We like Monet. We like doing Monet. Now, y'all help me out here. Y'all help me out here. Diana from Dungeons and Dragons, aka the Acrobat. Yes? No? Maybe? Drop it in the comments. I don't know why, but when we do collages or anything about black superheroes, why do we never include that dude? Huh? And I got the X-Force version, so he's a little different colored. Why do we never include Deathlock? But that's definitely the Michael Collins version of Deathlock. So why we don't ever put him or boost him up a little better when it comes to black superheroes? Now, which Kid Flash do we like better? Do we like Kid Flash or grown Kid Flash? Well, there's this one. I like the color scheme on it. I like the look of it. That's Future Flash, a Future Flash. And then of course there is the Ace West Kid Flash. I think I want to put him in some kind of cool, you know what I'm saying, getting ready to run pose. And I know Static was in that collage that I showed y'all, but this was just the opportunity for me to show you my Static Shock figure again. And of course, you know, my man Thrash, because they don't show Dwayne no love. You know, we're gonna put Thrash in there. And then I'm gonna hit you with the curveball because I'm about to pull this joint out. Yeah, I takes care of my toys, y'all. You know what I mean? Ain't that what they always say? My mama taught me to take care of my stuff. Well, I be taking care of my stuff too. And right here, ladies and gentlemen, I'm about to hit you with my OG Spawn. They said, what? OG Spawn? What you talking about? What you talking, D-Real? Y'all watch Kim's Convenience? I love Mr. Kim. What you talking? This is from 1994. I think it's 94. Excuse me, 96. And I believe I've shown y'all this Spawn before. That's that Spawn that when you, whoops, wrong hand. Okay, I try to get that up close. I don't know if y'all could see that when you lift his arm up. See the eyes? Got a little green glow in them. Then when you put that arm down. But wait, there's more. This unfolds into a full cape. So I would like to try to include this as well in some way, shape, or maybe in the back, you know, overreaching in the back and spread the, yeah. The wing, the wheels are turning. The wheels are turning. So I just, and that's cloth, by the way. Let me turn that in and retract Spawn, and he's ready for my action. Now, and then just on a humbug, I found this. Now look real close at this sticker right here. See what it say? See what it say? 1. Number 1 of 10,000. Shoot, I might be able to get some mortgage payments paid. You know? I'm telling you, boy, some of this stuff does save my life. In a pinch, man. For real, for real. Uh-oh, everybody, y'all been talking, huh? All right. Okay. Diana. Yes to the acrobat. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. It'll put such a great dimension on the look. Yeah, I need to go pull it down. I'll show y'all because he's Cyborg up in the closet as well as the John Stewart I want to use, the John Stewart I want to use is uh Rebirth. There's a Rebirth John Stewart, and then there's a John Stewart that looks like Diggle on Arrow. So I'm kind of torn between those two. Is which is to see which one it is that I wanna. I knew Theo was gonna be in the mix. Theo, like, yeah, boy. Okay. Um, just saw that Deathlock on eBay. How much? Future Flash. Thunder and Lightning. Everybody did. Well, I don't say that. There was an issue back when I think it was Astonishing Tales, where that Luther Manning Deathlock appeared. Also a black man. George Perez drew some of those issues. So I've collected a couple of those because y'all know me and George Perez go way back. Yeah, and that's why I was talking about maybe situating him in the back, and maybe even using a flight stand to put him above the crowd. So I see it in my head, and I'll, you know what I'm saying, I might hit you up, man. You know what I'm saying? Throw some stuff, you know, at you in the mail, whatever. Oh, don't you worry. Never, ever, ever. Never, ever, ever. And then I also got an Iron Fist. I showed y'all that last week. So yeah. Oh, you don't have to worry. At all. If folks have Cyborg, they ignore Deathlock. Um, Essentially the same character. Essentially, I know there are drastic differences, but essentially, cyborgs. Cyborg's just called a cyborg. He uses it as his name versus that he is one also. So, yeah, indeed, man. So, y'all look for that sometime this month. I'm gonna break stuff out this weekend and, you know, give stuff a look and see what I'm gonna have vying how, and hopefully I have it up on my TikTok page by like no later than President's Day. Matter of fact, both of them should be up by President's Day. So that is essentially what we're gonna be doing, making stuff like that here happen. Yeah, President's Day. Yeah, President's Day. President's Day is week after next. Okay, so yeah, I can have some stuff up and be wilding on y'all, styling on y'all. You hear that, Diane? They like you. You get to be around. Yeah, because I need somebody else to supplement. You know, or I might even put Andra in there. You know, just to kind of supplement a Misty Night. You know, Andra from Masters of the Universe Revelation, the new Master at Arms that also happens to be a very tall sister. At least her action figure looks tall. But yeah, that gang, group, team. Valkyrie? Yes, no, maybe. I got it for the head sculpt because, you know, she's got that nice braided hair and it looks dope. 15 out of box, 19 in the box for that Luke Cage. Shoot, I might take it out the box if that's all it's worth. You know, I thought I was gonna be. No, I have to find a collector. That's what I have to do. Or I could just hold on. I got stuff I've been holding on to for a while. Still got my Shogun Warrior. Ooh, y'all want to see that, don't you? I've showed that to y'all before, haven't I? Too bad he ain't black. Say hello to Great Mazinga. I would, but the ooh, did you hear that? This still works, by the way. I I takes care. I takes care of my stuff. Yeah. So there you go, gang. That's me. The action figures, all that. So this weekend, I'm gonna be doing a lot of comic book reviews. So I urge and encourage y'all to check out my comic book reviews this weekend. Be looking for Harriet Tubman Demon Slayer, Avengers #10, and Ultimate Black Panther #1. I'm definitely going to be doing those three. And go Chiefs. Thank all of you wonderful human beings for pulling up, showing out, hanging out with a brother. It's so many of y'all that I can't keep up. And that's a good thing. So that means, we growing and developing into a whole entity. So y'all stay peeping the brother out. Can't stand her, Valkyrie, but you could definitely customize that. Yeah, I have ideas to customize it. But look at, oh, I almost forgot. Did y'all have Q&A for me? Let me remind y'all. Q&A right there. Did y'all have questions? Comments, discussion, anything about what we discussed, or anything on your mind that you feel like you want to ask me real quick like? Anybody? Nobody? Y'all probably gonna ask some stuff like, what you think the score of the Super Bowl gonna be? I don't care what the score is, as long as when time run out, we ahead. Hope I fielded that question properly. Nothing, y'all? Great. Is that damn it about the Shogun Warrior? Cody versus Roman or The Rock versus Roman? Cody versus Roman. And you know why. Go be a movie star, Dwayne. Oh, damn it, the Super Bowl. Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, that's the only thing I care about. I'm just, go win. Go keep doing what you've been doing. I ain't mad at you for doing it. Thoughts on He-Man Revolution? I thought it was dope. It's even doper when you watch He-Man Revelation. You watch Revolution and Revelation together as one big continuous binge. Fire. Yeah, I liked it. I am probably going to do a review on that eventually. Same. Nobody wants to see him anymore. Your time is past, bro. I don't want to see you no more. You ain't got Ric Flair style. Yep, that He-Man series is indeed fire. I highly recommend it. If you ain't watched He-Man Revelation or Revolution, you missing out. You missing out. You missing out. You missing out. Kevin Smith is a huge He-Man fan. And Kevin Smith was very respectful of all He-Man source material, including the toys. So, you want somebody to do a Marvel movie? I don't know how you feel about Kevin Smith, but being a comic book nut, I know he would stick real close to source material because he wants to see it the way we want to see it. So, shouts out to Kevin Smith. Tag name for Jade and Bianca. Baddies with bars. Baddies with bars. Or girl fight. Baddie with bars or girl fight. Yep. I like those. I wasn't big on Revelation, but Revolution made up for it. Revolution brought in 2002 series elements. Yes, it did. Oh, you like that? You like that? You like that? There, yeah. And that was on the spot. Again, thank you, improv. The stormiest. Two times dope. No more questions, no more concerns, no more things burning your brain cells up that only D-Real can swing a proper response to. Nope. Okay. I feel like that was my dramatic pause. Ladies and gentlemen, Thursday's live has been live. Oh, y'all tune in tomorrow. Me and Theo doing it again. It's a regular thing. But tomorrow's show will be on Theo's channel. I think we're gonna do it at the same time. Like I think it's 9:30 Eastern. So yeah, it's Friday. Y'all ain't doing nothing. And you want to hear our thoughts on the two Super Bowl teams and what we think the outcome of that game is gonna be. So I know a few of y'all gonna tune in for nothing else but that, but there's gonna be more going on. So don't get complacent after you hear the Super Bowl part. But yeah, what Kamayo said. Tune in to the dynamic duo tomorrow night. Same bad time, different bad channel. Okay. All right, y'all. That is the show for me. I thank folks like Gray, folks like Keita, folks like the Kamoyo Kid, folks like my brother Theo B, Grand Madam Taro, Paul Martin. Just if if I miss anybody, man, I ain't got nothing but love and respect for everybody, man. I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for coming out. God bless you, and be good. Be good to each other.